Hey everybody, and welcome to my introduction to Jade videos. I'm going to do a couple here. I'm not sure how many, but I really want to thank YouTube user DevTips, Travis over there. Um, he brought this to my attention and to everybody's attention with one of his videos, and I instantly fell in love with it. Um, Jade is actually uh, more than just a front-end compiler as it is. It's also part of JavaScript backend, and it's very powerful for doing for streamlining your development process, and I really fell in love with it right away. It's built on, you know, it's built on um, writing express or shortened code, and then the compiler will actually go ahead and expand it out to what it needs to be. And so what we're doing is you're working in a .jade file, which CodeKit here, and CodeKit's available for purchase. I think it's $30. They have a 10-day trial. I will be picking this up after this. This is a great piece of software. It does Sass as well. Um, very similar. Sass is really similar to Jade in that you're writing shortened code and then the compiler is actually finishing everything off for you. You're using indents to nest child elements underneath their parents. Um, so very similar, a lot of similarities between the two of them. And so basically, I'm just going to go through and I've been working on this. I've been trying to set up a template where I have a couple of plugins loaded up, and I've got folder structure set and things like that, so I can just start a project and just have all the legwork done. So I'm going to try and use this to create my starting index file. Okay, we're going to include some code for CSS and JavaScript, and we're using EasyBox um, for the lightbox, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at basically how I'm going to do this. All right, so we'll check the server, okay, which is still showing before. There we go. All right, and so we'll go back to our index.jade. And again, now this is writing to index.html, and that's listed in CodeKit right here. All right, so we highlighted index.jade, and we can see that it's the output file is set to index.html. All right, and so the first thing we need to do is a doc type, as always. All right, and then its next element is the HTML tag, and then the head, title. All right, and then now if we go ahead and save this out, and we go back to our index file, we have a completed head and the HTML tags. All right, we're missing the body tags, but we haven't gotten there yet. So this is very nice, clean code. It does a lot of the work for you, and it really will, if the more you get used to it, the more it will streamline your operation. Okay, now I've got a couple of things that I've done over here. I'm trying to keep this short. I don't want to keep you guys here forever. Um, and so what I'm doing is linking in some style sheets. All right, and you'll notice in Sublime here, I've got my tab lines showing. Okay, and that's usually up in view. Let's see, where selection. I can't remember. I turned them on, but I can't remember where I turned them on from. Tools. Anyway, so it's showing me my tab indentation lines. Okay, and down here my tab size is set to 4. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're calling a link, which means this is going to start the link tags, and any tag that doesn't have a closing tag, it'll close automatically if you put a space in. All right, so in order to get this to realize that this is all part of it, you butt the your paragraph, your parentheses, um, and your code up to the link tag. Okay, so if we save that, which we did already, you can see that the links are the way you would expect to see them inside a regular HTML file. Okay, and so we'll go ahead and we'll start adding some scripts. Um, and again, we're doing the same, pretty much the same thing. In this case, your script tag is normally done with a closing tag, so oh, unexpected text. Missing a parenthesis, I think. Yeah. Okay, so there's something wrong with that line, and line 11. There it is. So it was a space at the end of that line. All right, so let's grab the first line again here. Save. Okay, successful. There we go. And now we have all of our scripts in line. So now the next thing to do, um, so we're going to start a body tag, and we're going to be, again, we're looking at child and parent elements. So the body is lined up at the same level as the head tags, which is exactly what you would expect, because the body and the head are both child elements of HTML of the HTML document, just like the title is the child element of the head. Okay, and then so what I'm going to do, what I like to do is I use my page classes. I like to set up with 4 straight. Okay, and then I work from within there. All right, so we've got, and they're all, I call them wrappers. Some people call them containers. A page wrapper, header wrapper, content wrapper, and footer wrapper. Okay, and so basically, um, the page wrapper is going to be on the outside of the page. The header, content, and footer wrapper are going to be inside the page. Okay. Doesn't like footer wrapper. All right. Actually, I'll kind of tuck this in the corner. Save that, and that was successful. So now we have our page wrapper, our header wrapper, content, and footer wrapper. So if we look at the index.html, this is your outer wrapper, and then you've got header, content, footer wrapper. Gives you 3 sections in the middle, and you can kind of, that's, I don't know, 70, 80, 90% of sites are going to look like that. You're going to have a middle, a marginalized, a centered page wrapper. I'm using 1000 pixels, margin 0 auto centers it, and then everything else inside, you know, works within that 1000 pixel wide area. So my header boxes, though, I want to break up my header into 3 boxes. So we got header box dash 3. All right, save that. Successful. All right, and then now inside the first header box, I'm going to put a little, I'm going to start with my index, or I'm sorry, my image that I'm going to use. Okay, And now I'm going to paste this in here. Um, so we have an A link, a hyperlink, with a class of lightbox, and we're giving it a link, and then this is the image call itself. Okay, and so now if we save this and look at the HTML, oops, hasn't had a chance to regenerate here. Okay, so um, there we go. I'm sorry, I got lost in this a little bit here. So A with an href of this has a class of lightbox, and then the source of the image that we're going to use as the link is right here. Okay, so if we go back to there, we click on it, you'll see the lightbox works as expected. All right, so basically now that I have something that can work as a template, uh, that makes my job easier when I go to work on something in the future. And I can either, at this point, I can either choose to leave it in Jade format and I can add to my HTML document, or if I find that I just really want to focus on, I'm more comfortable with the HTML at that time and it's not really that complicated, then I can leave it in the HTML and add it that way. So I think that's a good place to stop for this one. In the next video, we're going to take a look at some of the other features of Jade, and also um, how to kind of meld these things, these kind of tools with other things as well. And I think that'll go a long way towards speeding up development time and your process. So, thanks for watching. Hope you found that informative. Go ahead and leave me a like. I really appreciate it. And if you have any comments, go ahead and leave them below. Thanks a lot.